are going to make this mummy mason jar that you actually put candles inside of. A pretty neat little decoration and real easy to make, and I just wanted to show you how I did mine. So I'm going to scoot him over, and you just start out with any mason jar, or you can use any empty pickle jar, whatever is easiest, whatever you have laying around your house. And you need some, this is what I used. I used black streamer and cheesecloth. Now you could also use probably white streamer. I haven't tried it, but I think it would work just as well. So you will also need some hot glue for this craft. So you might want to have your parents help you out with that one. And what I do first is I just take a strip that I'm going to lay right here, and that's going to be his eyes. So I just take the hot glue, and it just takes a little bit, just about where you think you'll want it. Put a dot or two. And then I'll just stretch that black piece over and be really careful because this is super thin and it'll burn your fingers. And I might put a little bit more right here on the edge just to hold that down a little. Pat that down. And you can see on my other mummy here, I also put a black spot for his mouth, kind of a little mouth opening. And you just need a little bit more of that black streamer, and I'll glue it about right there. Okay, and once you have your streamers on, you can go ahead, and I just have these little stickers. They're white stickers, and I cut out a piece of black foam to make his eyeballs. You kind of just look and figure where you might want those. You can make the eyeballs as big as you want. You can make them smaller. It's really just something you can get creative with and make them however you want. There we go. And then we're done with that part. Now all we have to do is wrap some cheesecloth around it, which I have some pre-cut strips that I cut before the video. And you just take it and glue it, wrap it. And this is a part where you really don't have to be precise with it. You can make it messy. Actually, the messier the better. It makes it look real. I'm just gonna start with a little bit of glue right there. And put my first piece on. And wrap that around to the back, where I will glue another little dot. And you could probably also use Elmer's glue with this, so you don't have to mess with the hot glue. I'm sure it would stay just fine. It doesn't take a lot to make this cheesecloth stick to the jar. And I'm going to start again and wrap a piece right here. And I'll probably angle this down a little bit once I get to the back, like that. It doesn't have to be perfect at all. And I'm going to glue this down a little. And it's starting to kind of look like a mummy. And I'll take another piece here, and I'm going to start at the bottom, underneath his eyes right there. did that. And I'm just going to angle this one down a little. And this hot glue starts to get really messy because the cheesecloth has little yarns. I don't know if you can see that. Little yarns that come off into the hot glue. And they stick to your fingers, but it washes off pretty easily. Alright, and then I'll probably take a thinner strip just to try to give it some contrast, different sizes. Let's see. I want a little bit covering the top of his eyes up here. Yeah, I think that'll look okay. And glue. This is a really fast and easy project. It really doesn't take long at all. And if you're having a Halloween party or you're throwing a Halloween party for your class, this is a really neat jar that you can take and you can put candy inside of it. You can do a lot of different things with this. Now with that same piece that I had just wrapped around the back, I have some still hanging, so I'm just going to wrap. Just glue it somewhere up here. And just kind of leave that frayed. Now, for this bottom part, I'm going to pull up that strap I did because I covered up our mouth a little bit and glue it down. Hold it for a second and it'll stay. And I'm going to wrap the bottom of his mouth. Turn him on his side, put a little glue. And I'm just going to be kind of messy with it. Just lay it down and pull it. Glue it to the other side. Pull his lip down there. Yeah, I think that's pretty cute. And then I'm just going to go through and I'm going to glue down some of these spots that didn't stick too well. Glue that to the bottom there. And on mine, on this other one, I wrapped it all the way around the back and finished the back. But for the sake of this video and not wanting to make you watch me do that because it's kind of boring for you to watch someone else do it, I'm just going to do the top and I'm going to show you how I did his lid and what we put inside of him to make him glow. I'm going to scoot that over. And now what I did for the lid on my mummy is I just bought some of these plastic pumpkins, really cheap at the dollar store. And I just took one of these pumpkins. And at the top of my lid, I kind of try to find the center. And I just put a big glob of hot glue on there. And then you just take your pumpkin and you center it as best as you can with his face. And you'll let that dry. And like I said, you can be completely creative with this. You can put anything you'd like on top of there. You could put nothing. You could paint the lid if you wanted to, or if you like the look of just having the lid plain, then that's fine too. I just thought it added a little something and makes it kind of almost a handle. So while that dries, I'm going to go ahead and take this top off and let that dry. And for the lights inside of our mummy, I just got a package of these cheap little LED lights. And they flicker. I don't know if the camera's picking that up very well. But they flicker like a real candle. but you don't have the open flame. And what I did was I took 2 or 3 of these little lights, and you just kind of drop them in there. You can see that. And I just laid them flat. Got them in there. And then I'll put my seal back on, and by this time my pumpkin's dry, so I can easily pick up the lid with that pumpkin. And I'm going to screw my cap back on. And you're done. So each time you make it, it's probably going to come out looking different, which is a good thing. It's fun to be creative, and especially around Halloween, everybody wants to create their own things. So this is my mummy. And I'll show you what it looks like with the lights off. It's really cool. It could even work as a night light.